This piece is based on Carl Stone's composition entitled Gallery Environment Number 2. Carl Stone's work uses natural sounds rather than the sounds of instruments, and in this particular work he recorded the sound of water falling on rocks, and then imposed on that bass sound a variety of mechanical transformations. For example, Carl takes his basic sound material and subjects it to a variety of mechanical transformations. I translated this in terms of my imagery into a basic rock and water environment. The basic image for me was this clump of rocks, where Carl then subjects his sound to mirroring and reflection. I have put a reflection in the water. I've introduced the idea of a reflection in the water. Another transformation that the basic material undergoes in Carl's music is time shifting, speed shifting, where he will elongate or compress a passage. I've translated that into separating the basic rock element into its separate component rocks so that it becomes spread out in space as his sound becomes spread out in time. Another transformation is layering, and I have translated that into taking the basic rock image and multiplying it, making a second print, a second painting of that basic rock composition that we started with. Carl Stone will reverberate the sound module, and I've translated this in my imagery to showing the rocks underneath a shimmering water surface that tends to shatter the sense of solidity and the edge of the rocks. Another transformation is filtering, where he will filter out parts of the sound envelope. What I have done to translate this into imagery is to bury part of my rock image in shoreline imagery and to obscure it with painting so that you don't see the whole rock clump. One of the aspects of this piece is that these subsequent transformations that Carl puts his sound material through is cumulative. It is not taking the basic module and adding one or the other, but every transformation becomes the nucleus material for the next, so that my imagery accumulates as it goes across the piece. At the end of the piece, Carl builds in a loop so that it is a continuous piece and has no end. What I have done with this particular piece is that I have painted 39 panels, and the 39th panel is painted continuously with the first panel, so that it is designed also to be a continuous circle with no beginning and no end. I painted it 3 times. The basic image is silk screen and then acrylic paint on top of it, and that enabled me to place my rocks in the same place every time I repeated the imagery and the other parts of the image, so that when I finished repeating my imagery 3 times, I cut it into 3 horizontal sections. The whole top panel is from one repeat of the print. The middle panel is from the second repeat of the painting, and the third horizontal panel is from the third. So each individual vertical panel contains parts of each of the 3 repeats of the painting. There's paper that is collaged on top of the water portion that you're looking at now. It is tissue paper that has been adhered with acrylic, and it has a painterly quality that looks very much like the surface of the water. There are other collage elements here as well. The land areas are collaged out of Japanese papers. I'd like to see this in an entire room environment. It makes up about 84.5 feet long, or circular 84.5 feet.